find that we are going to move on for emerging online teaching methodologies, where the second slide tells you about how to download. Already I've downloaded, right, with your mail ID. Now just you can find a symbol, a flower like symbol in your desktop where you have downloaded. Just open that. Have you all opened that? So now, after downloading with your mail ID, you can find that just open a PPT in your desktop, whatever you have. And then you can find like this. Are you able to view this Loom where I'm sharing now? You'll get a symbol, you'll get a screen like this, where you have three options like screen plus cam, which is nothing but the sharing of a screen which you have done, plus the camera or the video. You can find it at the left hand side. You'll have a round symbol which is being displayed, which shows your photo. I think everyone is downloading here. So after downloading, you can find these three options where you're going to click screen plus cam. Always screen plus cam option is better, because we can find who is lecturing, and the PPT also we can see at the right hand side. I think you can see this now as I'm showing on the screen now. So now what you're going to do is select the screen plus cam, and at the left side you can find my face here now, right? Who is taking the classes. Now give start recording. So I have started recording my lecture here now, and what will happen is it will start recording now. Whatever I take, like the PPT which is being displayed, I start speaking now. So when I start recording this, you can find the information like you see now. You'll have something is being recorded. At the left hand side, you can find the symbol here now. A red symbol which is being given here, which means that recording is being started. And whatever you speak will be recorded, after which you can stop this. At the left hand side window, you can find a red symbol where after finishing a recording, you can click that. So your recording is being closed. And at the bottom, you can find a pen symbol, which indicates that when I want to have something in PPT, which is to be displayed, like I can give it as a tick mark. In Loom, I can find whichever symbol you want. I can give it as a tick symbol. I think you can find here now. You can have a pen symbol which is being indicated below the recording symbol. You can have a pen symbol, color, choose the color whichever you want. You can have that and tick the option. Say for example, I have finished here now. Open the PPT of the contents. Now open the Loom. You can find screen plus cam. So I've finished this particular point. So I'll have this option, right? So what will be your next question now? We have opened the Loom. We have recorded where these videos are being stored. What should I do now? So what should I do is nothing but I have to move on for the place where at the Looms. 1 second. You can find a symbol here, right? A run symbol. You can click the run symbol here, where that run symbol indicate through which mail ID you have got into your Loom now. It will just open to the place where you have given your mail ID. Automatically the videos will be saved there. Just 1 second, the video is opening now. See, I can find something called as loom.com my videos. Few seconds, it will just open. It will automatically get saved in the loom.com through which mail ID you have come. a folder will be created called as my videos defaultly. So whatever information you get recorded will be stored into this particular place. Since my system is a little slow, you can just wait for a few seconds to see the video which you have recorded now. See, it's opening now. And you can find here now. This particular place shows that on 10th of July, I have done some 4 minutes of recording, which I spoke to you now. This has been recorded and it has been placed in the folder called as My Videos. You just click that now. You will find the video which you have recorded. Is it visible to everyone here now? You can find here that the video which has been recorded is opening now. And see, just 5 minutes before we had a recording, right? And that information is being stored in this particular place. And I've just opened this video. So all my videos will be recorded automatically in the place which I showed you now. So this is the video which has been it's a little slow. And just you can find here now, whatever I told, like stop recording and the pen information, which has been, everything has been spoken. So need not waste my time. So you can find the place where it is recorded. In short, I can tell you that the first step is that you can download the Loom in your system. Second thing is that after downloading a Loom, it'll ask before downloading a Loom, it'll ask your mail ID. Just give your mail IDs. In that mail ID, you're going to move on for downloading your apps and this particular Loom. And in that, after opening, you'll find a symbol called as a flower symbol in your system. Like I can show here now. The symbol is being shown at the top. This kind of symbol, it's a Loom symbol, will be put up in your desktops. Just open that. After opening that, you'll have 3 options which is being given, like screen plus cam, screen only, camera only. So always preferably use only screen and cam. In case if you want only the screen to be displayed and not your photos or not your video, you can select this screen only. Only you want a cam. This is not most probably used. Only on lecturing you can use this. When I want to have a PPT, this too can be used. So I most probably select only screen plus cam. You just select that and you can move on for recording your informations. And after, when you give screen plus cam, at the bottom you'll find a symbol called as recording, start recording. So after giving a start recording command button, you can find the left hand side something called as a red symbol at the left, at the left top or at the left side of your system and your display. You can find a red symbol which indicates that you can start recording now. And at the bottom you can find the previous going, pause, delete, and your pen system. Pen for is nothing but just for giving out the indications in your PPTs. And after your lecturing is over, just give stop recording, that red symbol to be pressed once again. Your particular content will be recorded. Next question is that now you have finished your recording, where I have to go and see this particular video, where it has been saved. And you have to find something like on this particular symbol, like you selected screen plus camera, right? At the top, you can find a run symbol. Click that run symbol. In clicking on that, you can find, like I'll show you once again. Clicking on the run symbol, you'll find, just click that. It will go to the place or the mail using which mail ID you have given. That particular place, it will move on for a particular place where you can find all the recordings what you have done. For example, I showed you, right? Like this is my place where the information has been stored, and I have taken my video and I've run here now. So very simple and easily understandable. Loom app is most popularly used for taking lectures for n number of participants. Number one. And this is main thing is nothing but an open source. It's completely open source. In today's lecture, I'm going to deal with two main things. One with open source. Second thing is nothing but a licensed particular thing. A licensed tool which I'm going to use is nothing but Microsoft Teams. Is there any doubts in Loom now? Any doubts? Hello? Any doubts in your Loom? Can I continue with MS Microsoft Teams?
Hello. Hello. Ma'am, is it possible to use in website?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, ma'am. I added the loom in,
Okay. And
ma'am.
this is with your Loom. Second thing is nothing but I'm going to use another tool called as Microsoft Teams, which is we know everybody know how to use Zoom. Even in Zoom, we can move on for recording. Before I move on for Microsoft Teams, I have to tell you about Zoom also because the most popularly used by everyone now in this particular pandemic situation. We are working on everything is online, right? In that, most popularly everybody is using is your Zoom now. And in that Zoom also, I can move on for in that particular Zoom, I can move on for recording. Just before I move on for Microsoft Teams, I'll tell you how to record information or record your data in your Zoom also. So in short, now I'm moving on for Zoom. Once again, I'll open this Zoom app. I think you can all see my screen now. Send this. I'll move on for like share screen. Now I'm audible to everyone. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I think we were on Microsoft Teams, right? Now I'll share my screen on Microsoft Teams. When you start working on Microsoft Teams, you can find it. I'll start from once again. So clicking out your Microsoft Teams, at the left, you'll have all these 5 main points to be noted. One is your activity. Number 2 is your chat. Number 3 is Teams. 4 assignments. 5 calendar. 5th one is calls. You will not focus on much about files. We'll speak about files later now. Today's session, we are going to deal only with how to create a particular team, how to give assignments, and how to have a meeting been scheduled. These are 3 points which I'm going to cover in your Microsoft Teams today here now. So first thing, moving on to Teams. Click Teams. You can find something on the right top. At the right top, you can find something called a join or create team. So I'm being a host, I'm going to create a particular team called as, like today's session, like I'll have it as, I'll have a class. You can have 4 options here, like class, professional learning, staff. Now I'm going to take a class for some set of people. So click this option called as class. It will ask the name of the team which I'm going to have. Say for example, I'm handling a subject called as AI, artificial intelligence. What I'll do is, I'm giving the name for a particular team called as AI. Give next. You can select the students here now. You should have the mail IDs at some other sheet or wherever you have. Take the particular mail IDs. Just copy it here now. Since we are in our college, we are having some set of IDs already been created. I'll just take from them here now. I'm having some person called as Menaka, and I have this Radha. Lenisha. So I'm creating a particular team or a group named as AI. Under this 3% called as, these 3%, I'll have it as add. So I have created team called as AI with these 3 students. Give it as close. Just give it as close here now. Now if you click teams, you can find something which has been created here now. I think everything is visible to you here now. This particular team was not there previously. Now I've created a team called as AI, which is having of 3 members. How can I see that? You can have move on for, since I'm a host, I can manage a team here now. I'm managing a team with all these members. So I'm searching. I'm the host, I'm the owner. So my name is the owner here. All my members. There are 3 members I can give here now. I have added 3%. So there are 3 members in my team now. So I've created the team. So first step is that creation of teams. Second thing, if I want to have a meeting being connected with these 3 people, what should I do? Go to calendar. So I have created a class. I am the teacher. Subject called as AI. I have 3 students or 3 members. I'm going to schedule the meeting on, like after clicking the calendar, you'll find a display like this. On 10th Friday, that is today, at around like say for example on 13th I'm going to assign a meeting. You can go to 13 at 5 p.m. I'm going to schedule a particular meeting. So I'll go to move on for click new meeting. At the right top you'll find something called as new meeting. Click that. It will ask for the title. I think I'm very clear with you now. What you have to do is at the initial step you have to move on for creating a teams as your teacher and the students. You being a teacher as a host, create all your students. Then move on for having a meeting with them. For having a meeting, you have to schedule in a place called as calendar. Go to calendar, give the title as like discussion on AI. So discussion on AI will be my topic. Take the attendees. You will not give the attendees because already taken that. So I'll give it, if you want, just check who are the attendees. So I have 3 person here now. I'll give it as their mail ID. They are my attendees. The date is on July 13th. I'll have it as July 13th. By 13th, I'll show current lively. I'll show now. I'll have it as July 10th itself at 7 p.m. It's around 6:48 now. I'll give it as 6:30 to 7 p.m. It is nearly half an hour. You need not click this all day. If you want to have regularly meeting being conducted from 6:30 to 7 daily, you can enable this particular option, or else you need not enable. I am going to conduct the meeting only on today. So July 10th at 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. I'm going to conduct a meeting now. You need not repeat that. The channel is nothing but what is the team you have created. I am conducting the meeting for the team called as AI. Click that. Move on for general. So I am conducting meeting for AI team under a topic called as discussion on AI on July 10th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. If you have any instructions for attending this particular meeting, you want to give some instructions for your students for attend this meeting, you can elaborate here now. I'll just give it as hi, hello, whatever instructions you want. I've given everything here now. So you have scheduled the meeting, give it as. At the top, you can find something called as send. Give it as send. So on July 10th at 7 p.m. you can find, before the previous stage you do not find anything here now. Now after creating using this calendar, I find that at 7 p.m. you have a topic or some meeting which has been assigned on discussion on AI. The host is nothing but the person called as Vani V. Now I'll give it as join. If I give join, this window will open where you're going to start your meeting now. Give it as join now. So the meeting is getting connected here for the team called as AI. Now I'm waiting for others to join. Next, now I have created my, I have scheduled some timing of 6:30 to 7. Now I'm waiting for others to join here now. They are not an online, so I think they will not, I don't know that they will not join now because I have not given the information for them. At the bottom, you can find a share symbol. If you want to have lecture for them, you can move on for sharing. Here you can share like I want some PPT to be shared. I'm sharing my PPT here now, right? So I have created a team called as AI with some set of students, with some my colleagues have formed. A team called as AI has been formed. For that particular team, I want to conduct a meeting. If that is the case, go to the calendar, schedule the timings with the topic which you are going to discuss. At the particular time, go to the meeting. Just join, and you can share the PPT here now. I think a PPT is being shared to you now. It's visible to you. Like this, you're going to share, and at the top, you can find stop presenting. I have stopped presenting my PPT. So I think I'm clear to you how to create a particular team with a set of people. And second, I have told you how to schedule a meeting and how to conduct a meeting. And I didn't tell you something. As you are giving your lecture, you can record also your information. Like I'll tell you how to record. I forgot to tell you about how to record. One second. I'll just come out of this. Wait 1 second. You can find when you start sharing your PPT, next to this share symbol, you can find 3 dots. At the 3 dots, you can just click that. You can find a word called as start recording. So when you start your meeting, you can give start recording. And after you complete your lecture, you can give your end meeting. So a complete lecture will be recorded. So till now, I have told you how to create teams, how to schedule a meeting, and how to record the information what you have shared during the meeting. What will be your next step now? I'll end the meeting now. I'm just back to, you can find here now. I think this window has been shared to you now. You can find that I have given some instructions, right, for that particular meeting that has been displayed, and discussion is on AI on Friday. The meeting has been ended. Over. So I've told you about the calendar here now. The next thing is that how to make calls. If in case on the lecture, if I want to call someone in that particular case, I can go on to calls. There are some set of people who are online now. For my case, I think they are online. I can give calls. I can call a particular person here now. Like I'm calling a person, give call. So on your lecture side, if you want to call a particular person, I can call them also. So I'm calling here now. The calling is going on and she's not picking here. I'll just end up my call. If they are online, she can, or she would have picked the call here now. But I think she is not an online, but it's showing is available. So in case. So I've told you how to make calls when you in your Microsoft Teams. Next, the main thing for though your students or faculties, if I want to chat in Microsoft Teams, just go to chat, click that. At the right top, you can find a symbol called as new chat. I think I'm visible to you here now. Go to chat. You can find a symbol called as new chat. Click that. To whom I want to chat privately. Like I want to chat to, I'll give it as Radha. I'll give it as hi. At the bottom, I can type it as hi. I'm giving send message. At the top, but the bottom can find send. So message has been sent, hi. This is for a single person. If I want to send a single message to a group of people, how can I do that? So now I've told you, I think kindly mute. Here, I can go to chat. If I want to chat for a group of people, if that is the case, go to chat symbol once again. At the right top, you can find an arrow mark symbol here now, right? Just click there. You can find the group name. Say for the group name to be as friends. I'll give the group name to be friends. I'll have n number of people. Like I'll take 3 people now. I want to send a chat message or a conference message for a group of people at a particular moment of time. How will I send? You have to move on for chat. Go to the chat symbol at the top. Just click that. You'll find the name here. You previously would have found something called as an arrow mark symbol here now. Just click that. For that, after clicking that, you'll find these 2 rows which has been created. The top row will be your group name. For a group of people whom you're going to send, for that you're going to give a group name. I'll give it as friends. Select whomever you're going to create, to whomever you're going to send the message. I have added 3 person now. I'm sending the messages hi and hello. Click send. So now we can send that. I have added at the top, I've added 2 person, 3 persons where I've sent the message. This message will be delivered to these 3 people. So I have told you now how to chat with single people or single person or a group of person. So I've completed how to create your team, how to schedule a meeting, how to make calls, and how to chat. Now, the main thing is that assignments. Say, for example, I want to give assignments to my students. I want to give an assignment for the students, like a group of, you'll have more than 50 or 60 students, right? So now you can find that I have created a class called as AI, right? In the teams, you can find the teams previously. I created a class called as AI. You can find that in your assignments. So I'm going to give for the class called as AI. So click that AI, give next. Give the assignments, get started. Now create an assignment, whichever you want. So assignment can be a form of a quiz or it can be a form of assignment. I will, for example, I'll create a quiz, create an assignment also here now for your case. I think I'm very clear to you. Go to assignments, click for the class you're going to give the assignment. I have created a class called as AI. I'm going to give the assignment for the class called as AI. Click that particular AI. You'll find get started. You'll find a word called as create. Go to create. I want to give the assignment in the form of a quiz. I'll give quiz. So I'm going to create a quiz form using I've already created something. I'll tell you how to create also. At the top, you can find something called as new form. Give new form. It will go to Microsoft Forms. I've already logged in. If you have not logged in, it will ask about sign in. You just sign in and get inside. At the left, you can find new form and new quiz. As I told you, I'm going to create a quiz only now. So go to new quiz. You'll have questions and responses, right? So what is the quiz name you're going to give? I'll give it as AI quiz. Name of the quiz you're going to give. Description like art. It's okay. Add new. The add new indicates that you're going to add the questions now. Here you'll have choice, text based, rating, date, etc. I'm going to have choice based multiple and quiz you'll have this choice based, right? I'll give it as choice based. I think you can find the window here now. Number 1, like I'll give it as who is our PM. Who is our PM? So I've given the question as who is our PM. I'll give the option as OPS. I'll give it as Modi. Like some XX. There are only 2 default options. If I want to add third option, give it as third option. I'll give it as EPS. Right? I've given the questions here now. Who is our PM? I've given 3 options, and at the option right side you can find a delete symbol. Say for example, if you want to delete this particular option, you can delete. This tick symbol indicates that this answer is correct. You are setting that this answer is correct. This is for evaluation purpose. So your answer is correct out of these 3 options. And points indicates that how much mark you're going to give for this particular question. Points is 1. So your quiz, you entered, the question has been posted. If you want to post the second question, add new. Once again, choice based. I'll give it as what is the color of jasmine? Option to be red, pink. If you want to add the option as white, I'll give it as white. And this is going to be your right answer. I've given it as right answer. Done. So I have found this. Now at the top, go to preview. So I've set all my questions here now. So for quiz, say for example, you have 10 questions or 15 questions, whatever questions you have, just have all these questions just been posted here now. At the top, you can find something called as preview. Go to preview. You will find the questions what you have created. Hi Vani, when you submit this form, this owner will be able to see your name and email address. So they have given these 2 questions. What I do is give it as submit. It's submitted here now. So view results. So I have given the assignment to the students here now. What should I do? I have given the assignments, right? Is it posted to everyone? How should I see that? I've created the Microsoft Forms quiz form I've created. I have to share this particular form in Microsoft Teams. What should I do now? Go to Microsoft Teams. Choose the class called as AI because I'm giving assignments to AI only. My Windows not responding properly now. Just it's very slow. I'm not getting posted here now. I'll show an example here now. There's some problem here. So after you move on for giving assignments, how I'm going to share is nothing but go to the top. Like when you click your activity, you will find something called as assignments. Click the assignments. At top, you'll find something called as assignments. Click the assignment. You have to give the due date for them. You have to click this and you have to get the time which is to be given. Already one assignment has been given to me. I don't know why this particular thing is not opening now. That particular form has not got it. Okay. Now go to quiz. You can find the quiz name which I have given. Something called as AI quiz, right? Give AI quiz. I have created a form called as an MS Forms. I have created a quiz in the name of AI quiz. Just click that. Go to next. And you're going to give this particular quiz to the people or the your students. I'll give it as AI quiz. Instructions, if you want to give instructions like be honest or whatever it is, whatever you want, you can give. Upload. Your quiz has been uploaded. You can find some upload symbol here now. It's been uploaded. Your quiz form has been uploaded. 2 points. I have given for each and every question. I have given 1 point. So 2 questions has been given. I have given as 2 points here now. Assign to which group? I'm assigning to the group called as AI only. So already been assigned. So I'll give it as AI to all students. The due date is June 11th. That is tomorrow they have to complete. If it is case is today, you can give it as today also. By tomorrow, 11:59 a.m. p.m. they have to complete. Now everything is over. At the top, you can find a word called as assign. Give it as assign. So now your assignment is being posted to these 3 people with the name called as AI quiz. The time duration is from today. They can start answering the quiz till tomorrow 1 a.m. So I have told you how to create assignments in that particular thing, how to create a quiz and post for the particular students. How to see that? Go to activity. See, in activity, even for me, the quiz will be displayed because I'm the host here now. The quiz will be displayed. So you can find this particular mail here, right? In the activity, I can find assignments mentioned AI in general. I have given this assignment here now. So at the below, you can find something called as AI quiz. View that particular assignment. I'm viewing this particular assignment here now. You can find that for this particular quiz, these 3 persons are my students. Status, something called as not turned in. That means that these 3 persons have not taken my quiz yet. If they have attended my quiz, this particular thing will be converted to or turned in. Turned in meaning that they have attended the quiz. Since they are not online, I'm not able to show you. And this feedback, that is the thing. But if I'm going to evaluate as a host, as a teacher, I'm going to evaluate. If what feedback I'm going to give, that will be posted here. This particular thing for 2 questions, how much mark they're going to get, that will be displayed here. I think I'm very clear. So I have created a team called as AI. In that particular team, I have given some assignment. In the assignment, I have given the form of a quiz. This quiz was being created by using something called as Microsoft Forms. And that particular form was being loaded as an assignment to these 3 students. And I have given the time to be as tomorrow by 1 o'clock they have to complete. Tomorrow night 1 o'clock they have to complete. The status until now, as a teacher, I can find that these 3 people have not turned yet. They have not seen my quiz or they have not attended my quiz. If they have attended, this particular thing will be considered as turned in. This at the right corner row indicates a mark what we have given. And if they have attended and you have assigned, you can move on for export Excel, which means that the marks will be in the form of Excel format. If I want to view this particular assignment, student view, I'll show you something. Like as a student I'm attending now, I'll open quiz. It's opening here now. Who is our PM? I have given the answer. What is the color of Jasmine? White. I have given it as submit. So your quiz has been completed. Give view results. Right? I have completed. Now go to assignments. Go to grades. Sorry, not assignment. Go to grades. Here, my mark is not been given. If they have come here, I can give the grades. The grades is automatically been calculated, and this has been given the form of a form here now. I think it is audible, right? So I have given here now. So I have told you how to create a quiz and how to post that. Go to create once again. That is, I have to go to assignments. Go to AI. Give next. I have given the assignment in the form of quiz. Now I want to give an assignment in the form of, as we tell assignments, writing assignments, and they want to upload. They have to upload for us. We have to evaluate. If that is the case, go to create, give assignment, give it as like introduction to AI. Give instructions, whatever you want, as you did as in your quiz. Points, I'm going to give it as 50 points, 50 marks for that. How should I evaluate? Go to rubrics. Do you find something called as rubrics here, right? Click that particular rubrics. Go to rubrics. This will open. The rubric is nothing but how I'm going to evaluate. If he has written the introduction to AI assignment, if he has given us diagrams like architecture, some 10 marks. Explanation, some 10 marks. Or we'll have 25, 25. We'll equal divide. So for this particular assignment, how much I'm going to give? It is 50 marks. And how I'm going to evaluate that? Rubrics has to be set. Go to new rubrics. Give the title as assignment name as introduction. Description, if you want, you can give, or you can give a descriptions like a need diagram should be given. Architecture should be given in your assignment. Explanation to be given in your assignment. Everything should be given for the assignment. Whatever instructions you are going to give, that should be given here now. At the right top, you have some points here. Click it as yes. If you give, see, if I give it as no, you cannot find anything here now. If I give yes, I can find that for 100% how I'm going to evaluate. I'm going to evaluate this assignment in 2 categories. Your assignment should have the architecture diagram and should have the explanation also. So first, how I'm going to evaluate for architecture. So architecture diagram example, I'm going to give the mark if it's excellent. If he or she has drawn very excellently, I'll give for him like 35 marks. If it is good, I'll give it as 25. 20% of the marks. If it is fair, like 20. If it is poor, I'll give it as 10. If I want to add another rubric, I'll give it as not attended category. For them, it is 0. Right? So next thing is that if I want to evenly divide this 50% is 25 marks for architecture and 25 marks for explanation, you can give it as evenly distributed weights. But I want to give, say for example, I want to give architecture to be your 40 marks and 10 marks for explanation. I'll give it as 75% of mark to be in architecture and 25% to be in your explanation. Right? So this 50 marks to be counted 100%, 70% of marks to be given for architecture and 25 marks to be given for your explanation. I have set the rubrics here now. So what should I do? Give it as attach. I have attached now. So you can find that for 50 marks I'm going to evaluate. I have given the rubrics also here now. Now I'm assigning to the team called as AI for all students. I'm giving the date as July 11th tomorrow and I'm posting this assignment for them. Give it as assign. I think you can find here now. I have given the quiz also here. I have given the introduction to AI also. How to check that? I have given the assignments for 3 students. And how should I check this? Go to activity. You can find that assignment is being mentioned in AI. Click that. So you can find this. So this is your quiz. This is your assignment. View assignment. Now I'm going on to as a student view. How the student views? I'll go to student view. They are finding that my assignment name is introduction to AI. I'm going, faculty is going to develop for 50 marks. She has given some instructions and she has set some rubrics also. They'll all view this. What they'll do is here as a student, they'll have something called as upload symbol. They'll upload the document, what they have written, they'll upload to me. It will be shown in my activity. Clear? So now I have told you in Microsoft Teams how to create teams. It's a very vast topic actually. Today we are going to see only something called as 3 main points or 4 main points. I have told you in Microsoft Teams how to create a team, how to create a class. In that particular class, how to create your students, how to add your students, I've told you. So I have created a class called as AI, where if I want to delete this particular team, I don't want this particular team means I can delete this team by this particular option. So I told you how to add a particular class in Microsoft Teams, and I told you how to make a call and how to chat. And main thing as a faculty, as we are all faculties, I told you how to give assignments in the form of a quiz or in the form of a written document. They can write and upload to us. Like AI, I've given 2 assignments, like your quiz and introduction to AI. So I have to some extent according to some knowledge sharing, whatever I have known, I have told very few points. What I came to know, how to create and how to give assignments, and I have told you how to schedule a meeting also. That should be done using this particular option called as calendar. So I have scheduled the meeting called discussion on AI. Right? So in today's session, or in a short duration of today's session, I have told you how to use Loom. In short, I can tell you, in Loom, you are going to use, one second, I'll just, I told you how to use Loom. First thing is that you have to download Loom, sign in with your mail ID. Then after you have signed in, you'll just find, before that you open a PPT in your desktop. You can find the Loom symbol where you can have three options: screen plus cam, screen only, cam only. Preferably you can choose screen plus cam and then move on for start recording. When you start recording the informations, you can see that at the left side a circle will be bubbling. In that your face will be seen, and you start recording. Left side, how to start recording? At the left hand side you can find a symbol called as a red symbol, a square symbol which indicates start recording. Click that particular button, start speaking. Whatever lecture you want, you start giving lectures. Finally stop this particular start recording. Recording symbol has to be stopped, so your recording is over. Where I have to view this particular thing, when I move on for Loom like this, you can open the Loom. At the right top you can find, just now I told you how to record, and you move on for Loom. At the right top you can find a run symbol, like arrow mark symbol. Just click that. You will find your videos which has been located in place which I told you. You can open that. At the right top you'll have copy link symbol. That link can be shared to everyone. This is regarding your Loom. In Zoom I told you how to record. After schedule your meeting, you start sharing your screens. Next to your share screen you'll have three dot symbols. Click that, you'll find start recording. You just give recording. Your data are being completely recorded, and that will be stored. Automatically it will be showing your link. You just share to your people. This is regarding your Zoom. And mainly I told you about Microsoft Teams, how to conduct or how to create a class, how to schedule a meeting, how to chat, how to make calls, and finally I told you how to give assignments in the form of a quiz or in the written document. Right? I think you can try yourself in your Loom. You can find your lectures so interesting. You will see that what and all mistakes you are making. You can delete once again. You can start recording once again. How many times you want, you can do. And this will be a very successful thing. You just try it out today. At the third day of your session, at third day of FDP, we'll check all your videos, whatever you have recorded. Yes, we'll not comment, we'll just tell you what to be done, what have you done, what to be done, etc. We'll just view your videos alone. We want to know, have you recorded your own video? And you'll find that you have to see your videos, so that we can eliminate some kind of mistakes what you do at the time of lectures. We'll take this time to be taken, this pandemic situation to be taken like that. Whatever mistakes we do during our lecture periods, that can be rectified by seeing our own videos. Yes? Any doubts?